Okay, let's unpack this. So picture this. You're scrolling, maybe your stomach's grumbling a bit, and you're hunting for a restaurant recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
You want something good, obviously memorable, hopefully for the right reasons, and you definitely want to avoid a total dining disaster.
Absolutely. We've all been there.
Right. So today, our deep dive, it actually takes us into, well, maybe an unexpected source. A really lively English language learning session.
Okay, interesting angle.
Yeah, stick with me here, because it's not just about vocabulary drills or anything like that. It's surprisingly revealing about the real world stuff, the potential hiccups, even the funny side of just choosing where to grab a bite.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how this everyday thing, asking for a recommendation, it sort of becomes this window into social cues, the little complexities in how we talk to each other.
Totally.
The source we're looking at, it's this conversation from English Buzz with Ali and Johnson, and it really shines a light on those like unspoken negotiations and how easily things can go sideways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So forget the grammar rules for a sec. Our mission today is really to pull out the practical stuff, the wisdom, kind of hidden in this chat.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Allie and Johnson, plus another person, starting with some vocab, then just having a normal speed talk about dinner plans, and then they break down the language.
Sound like a good structure.
Yeah, it's surprisingly rich for understanding those, okay, where should we actually go moments. So first off, they're trying to sort out dinner for that evening. The first idea that comes up is this beautiful Italian place. Sounds nice, right? Fantastic food, romantic decor.
Okay, setting a scene.
But what jumped out at me was Johnson's reaction. It was polite, sure, but definitely not jumping up and down.
Yeah, he says something like he's not all that crazy about Italian.
Exactly. And he wants something lighter.
And that right there, that simple preference, it highlights that first challenge, doesn't it? Getting everyone on the same page, different tastes.
It's a good reminder that, communication isn't just saying what you don't want. It's also about hinting at what you do want.
And doing it politely. That phrase, not all that crazy about, it's quite gentle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really smooth way to say no thanks without being blunt or rude. So, okay, Italian's out. Then comes suggestion number 2. This time it's a cozy little bistro, and they mention the tastiest seafood platter. Describe it as outstanding.
Ooh, okay. Sounds promising. Tempting.
It does. You can almost taste it.
Yeah.
And then Ollie throws in a really crucial detail.
Uh-oh.
She says, that sounds amazing, but I'm allergic to seafood.
Ah, right. That's a big one.
Huge. And it just immediately shows why you need context, right? Before you just throw out ideas.
Absolutely. It's not just about what people like, it's about what they can actually eat. Dietary restrictions are, well, they're non-negotiable.
Exactly. What sounds perfect for one person is literally off the table for someone else. Which kind of leads us perfectly into the third suggestion.
Okay, what's next?
This one's described as a little hidden gem. You know the type, a hole-in-the-wall place, but apparently it makes the best sandwiches ever.
Right, the classic insider tip recommendation.
Yeah, those often feel more special, don't they? Like you're getting the real scoop.
They definitely carry a certain weight, but, this is where the conversation takes that funny little twist.
Johnson's reaction is instant. He's like, wait, Ollie, that's where you took me last time.
Oh, no.
And I got food poisoning, remember?
Ouch. Awkward. And Ollie's response is just perfect. Oops, my bad. Just, that totally relatable human moment of forgetting something kind of important.
Yeah, my bad pretty much sums it up. A definite risk factor in recommendations' personal history.
That's so true. And that whole exchange really underlines why some of that vocab they previewed is so key, like food poisoning itself.
Right, which they define simply as, eating bad food that makes you really sick. It's a pretty negative experience, obviously.
Understatement. And the other word, allergic. When your body reacts badly to something, peanuts, milk, seafood, whatever.
These aren't just words on a list. They represent real potential dining pitfalls, like you said, things you really want to avoid. Definitely. And the source, in its language takeaway bit, gives us more useful stuff, like check out.
Meaning, just visit or go see something. Let's check out that new cafe. Simple, common.
Yeah. And bistro. It's a word that paints a picture, doesn't it? Small, maybe trendy, cozy, not too stuffy.
Exactly. It sets an expectation.
And I really like that phrase we mentioned earlier, not all that crazy about.
The polite decline.
It's just such a useful, kind of nuanced way to express you're not keen on something without sounding negative. Much softer than, I don't like it.
It really is. Then you've got simple, positive words like tasty.
Yeah. just means super delicious. Like, wow, this cake is so tasty. Easy, effective.
And in the mood for, expressing that specific desire or craving you have right then.
Like, I'm in the mood for something sweet, or I'm not really in the mood for anything heavy tonight.
These phrases, they seem simple, but they're the building blocks for actually navigating these food discussions smoothly, aren't they?
Totally. It's about more than just food vocab. It's like social navigation tools.
Yeah, expressing what you want respectfully, asking about others, just making those shared things like eating out work better.
Absolutely. Then they get into the fluency builder part, which is focused on the actual asking for recommendations.
Right, giving you the phrases.
Things like, do you have any suggestions? Or more casual, any ideas for dinner?
Or even shorter, got any thoughts on where to eat? All very natural ways to kick things off.
Mm-hmm. And then for responding, suggesting things like, I'd recommend giving it a try.
Or with a bit more punch, you've got to give it a try. Shows more enthusiasm.
Yeah, you can hear the difference.
And it's interesting they point out the contractions there, like I would, and gotta, forgot to.
Right. Seems small, but using those makes you sound, well, more like a native speaker, more fluent.
Yeah, the source says it can make you sound smooth, natural, and maybe even charming.
Huh. Charming, okay.
Eh.
Which kind of links to that idea of the romantic style delivery they briefly mention.
Yeah, it's a little nod to the fact that how you say something, your tone, your delivery, can matter just as much as what you say, especially maybe on a date or something.
For sure. And speaking of memorable, maybe awkward dates,
Mm-hmm.
that final little anecdote they share
Oh, yeah, about Johnson getting the food poisoning.
on his second date with Ali.
Right. And he didn't want to bring it up again later. It's just...
It's perfect. So human, slightly cringy, but totally believable.
It really grounds the whole thing, doesn't it? We've probably all had those slightly weird or unexpected dining moments. It reminds you that behind the simple question, where should we eat, there's all this potential for, well, stuff to happen.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this language lesson, it's actually packed with really practical insights, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how crucial it is to ask for and get recommendations politely, how you need to think about individual tastes, and those really important dietary things, allergies.
And how past experiences, good or really bad, can totally influence choices. Plus, you pick up some handy ways to actually talk about it all.
Right, which kind of brings up a bigger point, maybe.
Yeah.
How often do we really stop and think about the art of the recommendation? We often just do a quick search online or ask casually.
True. But this conversation reminds us that a really good recommendation. It considers all that stuff, tastes, allergies, maybe even that shared history, sometimes with funny results, like we saw.
Exactly. So maybe here's a final thought for you to chew on, so to speak. Think about your own experiences. What was your best ever restaurant recommendation you received? What made it so good?
And on the flip side, what about the worst? What went wrong there? Was it the food, the place, the company?
Ooh, good question.
Uh,
And how would you handle it if you were Ali? If you realized you'd accidentally recommended a place where your friend got sick before?
Bit awkward, Rainer.
Definitely awkward. And maybe just reflect on your own go-to phrases. How do you usually suggest a place to eat? Yeah. Food is just such a big part of life, isn't it? And even something seemingly simple like picking a restaurant, it tells us a surprising amount about communication, connection, and sometimes just avoiding disaster.